来解释这个肩周炎哈。那是不是它也分这个体征？比如可能不同体征的人，是不是在某些季节，就是比较寒冷的这个季节，容易得这种肩周炎的？
一般来说，这个在北方嘛，一般容易受寒一些。相对来说，这个风寒来说，风邪、寒邪都是并重的。在南方呢，风邪可能明显一些，但是有些是因为南方可能寒性少，但是对中医呢有一个词叫做风寒虚症，就是
联合制定了体重管理年活动实施方案，当中的提到，
석탄을 밀수출하려던 것도 의심되는 북조선 화물선이 지난달 서해에서 중국 선박과 충돌해 침몰하는 사고가 발생한 것으로 전해졌습니다. 이 사고로 북조선 선원이 20명 가까이 숨졌지만 제재 위반 사실이 알려지는 데 부담을 느껴서인지 북중 양국 모두 직접적인
with significant risks and downsides, as well as positives, which I've long believed in, right? The emancipation and democratization of AI, the empowering of the Davids in this race or this battle against the Goliaths of big tech corporations, and also having citizens be active gatekeepers in the progress of AI development. But on the flip side to that, right, unlike nuclear weapons and unlike other weapons of mass destruction, so to speak, AI is distinctly more dual use in kind. You can't say, here's, positive, good AI that you can allow for folks to use, here's a bad AI we have to gatekeep. You can't say that, because that is impossible to begin with. And furthermore, the barriers to access and entry would only become precipitously lower, which means that ultimately what we're going to see here is that insurgency groups, rebels, large corporations, unregulated actors could also have access to sufficiently potent AI to engage in and wage mass disinformation warfare, astroturfing campaigns, electoral interference, manipulation and operations. To stay ahead of that, we need trusted and also accountable stakeholders who can say, well, here's how we're going to use AI responsibly in a manner that caters to public interests. And yet, who are these stakeholders who are so responsible? Who are these stakeholders that we can place as average and ordinary citizens our trust into? I think that's a question that really needs to be answered by both governmental and also private sector players alike, because the people deserve better than blank checks and also regulations that stifle innovation on one hand, but also the people deserve better than a laissez-faire, no brakes applied, and fundamentally anything goes wild west when
要去筹措一个更多的、更加科学的一种方法，让自己的球员呢可以尽可能的去得到更多的时间去休息，去调动他们的一个竞技的状态。那么说回到在今天节目当中正在进行的一些焦点的赛事。
大小啊，跟身高有关系吗？
目前还没有这样的一个比例，但是我觉得可以考虑，就是对，可以做一个我们叫用身高去做标准化这样的一个考虑，但是目前为了方便操作，或者说目前普世的这个还是一个简单的一个腰围的小孩。
Produit par exemple les noix de cajou et des sculptures sur bois de Guinée-Bissau ont été présentées lors de cette exposition. D'après vous, le marché chinois, quelles opportunités il va offrir aux pays africains?
Quand on parle de pays africains, surtout la Guinée-Bissau, il a d'énormes potentialités dans le domaine de l'agriculture. Donc, on parlait de noix de cajou, qui est les principales exportations de la Guinée-Bissau. On parlait de bois. Le premier semestre de cette année, il a beaucoup d'entrepreneurs chinois qui montrent l'intérêt pour eux acheter tous les noirs de cajou. Et ça, c'est une mesure qui commence à partir de prochaine année, des prochaines campagnes de cajou. Donc, l'autre chose, donc les mêmes entrepreneurs, ils manifestent les intérêts pour transformation locale de noirs de cajou. Ça, c'est les femmes, tout ça. Donc, ça, c'est l'autre chose. Et Guinée-Bissau, il a beaucoup de matières prises. Et Guinée-Bissau, il a produit beaucoup de choses.
And what does it mean then also for big tech?
I think for big tech, the change for them is that the moat is no longer considered having your model as a private model. The moat is how you innovate around it. So aside from what DeepSeek have done by having everything as open source, their training method and their use of the mixture of experts system has essentially created better outputs in terms of cost of inferencing, which is quite remarkable. So they've now created that, so innovation is becoming more of the moat to survival. And I think now the model is just going to be less of a moat to have. And I think big tech would adapt to that. And given the fact that still all this training does need a lot of compute and energy, I think they'd stay the course of their plans for the most part. They may need to maybe find better ways to improve inferencing on a cost perspective through their engineering, and also trying to make things a lot faster. For startups, I think it's an amazing thing. We've already started playing with DeepSeek in terms of just seeing how we can take some of the smaller models that we have and try to use them, just replace our pre-existing models that we've been using to see just how well we can leverage what DeepSeek is able to do. And aside from just catalyzing, it's also given us an opportunity to look at different use cases that we thought were not possible or were too expensive, given the cost of big tech's access to their models. So it's really now showing us that a lot of things that we thought 2-3 years worth of work or investment is now available for us for free. We just now need to put in the work.
I do want to talk about costs, but you said that you're trying out different use cases. Give me an example.
We've primarily been building a model that's supposed to understand data protection and then grow it to be sort of a data protection officer sidekick, and also have the capabilities to work within a database and do all the work that a data protection officer could do. One other use case we've always wanted to try out is do this across all forms of compliance, and it just looked like it's a project where you say in 3-4 years we'll get there, but with the DeepSeek model we're like we could probably spend a year and have a very good prototype of this that's actually feasible to sit at a client, to be used by a client. So that's one use case we've looked at. Another use case that's been playing around in my mind is just mostly on research. I like the fact that the DeepSeek
方法那样的话呢，治疗起来，第一从根本上就有解决，第二一个呢，延缓了你治疗的这个效果。所以我们一般来说主张是在治疗的过程中一定要配。
对，我们可能为了帮助去监督他体重改善过程中他体脂的改善的情况，我们会建议他做一些这个检查。
那我们说这个定义这个肥胖有没有所谓
Aldatınız болып тынып өмірдің жаным өзің
面向我想问个啥？Тихо лес, шелестит. Swim in the deep of meditation. Шерхование саланда, секреты хас. Еще покружим по кольцевой. Айдай нұрлы қабағыңнан
Все самое интересное ожидает. Ждет вас в эфире Международного радио Китая. Пекин, Шанхай, Шанхай, Губин, Панда, Сиань, китайский самовар.
Здесь вы узнаете все о китайском туризме. Отправимся в путешествие по Китаю. Что стоит посмотреть?
Здравствуйте, уважаемые слушатели!